Joseph Kialo describes himself as an experimental farmer. And why not? He does not follow the conventional way of growing crops as he grows his tomatoes in polythene bags.
This is a very new idea that has actually done so well. It came as a result of just from environmental studies. I was just thinking of how we can make farming easier.
He first thought of the idea back in 2013 when he decided to try out farming. But lack of sufficient land proved a challenge for him, forcing him to think outside the box to get his tomato farming business off the ground. Using his background in analytical chemistry, polythene bag farming seemed like a good idea.
This idea came the time I was thinking about soil pH, whereby soil pH is a very important factor which influences the availability of nutrients for specific crop, taking into consideration that different crops will require soils of different pH.
Armed with 4,000 seed capital, the experimental farmer set off with his new farming technique.
We bought one sachet of this kind of seed, the Kilele F1 seeds, which actually cost around 850, about 600 shillings. And then we bought manure, 5 bags at a cost of 50 shillings, that is 200 shillings. And then we just picked the soil from outside there.
On a 10 by 15 meter farm, Joseph grows his tomatoes using 150 polythene bags. Noting the harsh solar conditions in Kwale, Joseph affirms that these polythene bags are ideal for farming here.
If you are doing irrigation, there is no water loss. The water that gets into the polythene bag is specifically utilized by the plant. And then number 2, it controls the entrance of pests, because it's not easy for a pest to survive in such a very hot environment. If you look at them, they have a long span of life and they can withstand heat.
Joseph uses each polythene bag for a maximum of 2 seasons, where one season lasts for about 3 months. And the returns from his tomatoes are equally good.
The total amount that is normally generated every morning in every cell is about 1,500. So this is equivalent, like every tomato plant is giving me 30 shillings every day.
But using these polythene bags for farming is not as easy as it looks on the surface.
I mean, tomato wilt is very common. You just ensure that there is a minimum disturbance of the bags. You only need to move them when it's necessary.
And so, lack of space for farming shouldn't be an excuse for one not to farm. As Joseph says, simple innovations such as these paper bags will provide that needed space. Denis Otieno, Smart Farm.